Hello, my name is Andrino Oliveros. I am currently doing a master's in English as a foreign language with Universidad Central de Venezuela, Central University of Venezuela. Right, in today's video, I would like to present what's going to be my future research thesis project, or my dissertation, which is titled EFL, English as a Foreign Language, Online Activities with Traditional Classes, a Flipped Classroom Approach of Blended Learning. In today's agenda, we're going to begin with a little introduction about the topic. Then we'll learn about the context where the research is going to be taking place. Then the problem and research questions, general and specific objectives, theoretical referential framework, research method, and references. According to various investigations, it has been noted that today students are active learners instead of passive learners. In traditional classroom settings, students passively listen to the lecture of a teacher without making any comments, any questions, simply taking notes and just listening to what the teacher has to say. But research suggests that today it's better when the students become active learners instead of passive learners. By becoming active learners, one way to achieve this is by including or incorporating blended learning methods into your teaching practices. Blended learning is a method in which it's possible to integrate online teaching or online materials with traditional classroom lessons. In this way, students can actively watch individually videos, or they can read material, preparing them for class, and during class, teachers and students can discuss what they have learned. There are many types of blended learning strategies and approaches, and one of them that we're going to be using for this research is the flipped classroom approach. In flipped classroom approach, students read online material, complete online activities, watch online videos of the topic that is going to be taught in an individual way so that they can individually understand the material, and later, when going to classroom, they can interact with their other students, with their other classmates, and with the teacher in order to create a constructive classroom analysis of the material that is going to be taught. In this work, in this research, we are going to apply the flipped classroom approach of blended learning to 11th grade students that attend to Liceo Nacional Juan Manuel Cajigal. Liceo Juan Manuel Cajigal is located in Barcelona, Anzoátegui, Venezuela. It has a total of 48 teachers in different field areas, and it has around 800 students. There are a total of 3 English as a foreign language teachers, and presently there are 4 sections of 11th grade containing around 45 students each. The main problem that can be seen in Liceo Cajigal is that English as a foreign language classes are taught in traditional classroom settings. That means that students simply go into class and they sit passively listening to the teacher and making notes of classes without major interaction. Since these traditional classes are so passively centered, students have shown to be not motivated for their English classes. It's not something that excites them at all. Therefore, they're not engaged in classes as they should. So, in an attempt to improving the situation, a flipped classroom approach of blended learning is suggested so that this way students can study English individually out of classroom hours with online material that the teacher should indicate, online reading material, online videos, online worksheets, so that when the student comes into class, the student has an idea, the student has developed questions, and when the student comes to class, then the classes can be more interactive, classes can be more motivating, and students can be more engaged into English as foreign language classes. In this way, students can become active learners instead of passive learners. The questions that we have for this research, according to this scenario, would be: have 11th grade students had the opportunity to study English by practicing with various worksheets activities online? 2. Have 11th grade students of Liceo Cajigal used apps to acquire further knowledge of English taught in face-to-face classes? And 3. Will 11th grade students of Liceo Cajigal be more motivated and engaged to learn English as a foreign language with a flipped classroom approach of blended learning? The general objective of the study is integrate English as a foreign language online activities with traditional classes by means of a flipped classroom approach of blended learning to increase 11th grade students' motivation and engagement in English as a foreign language at Liceo Nacional Juan Manuel Cajigal. The specific objectives for this research are the following. In first place, diagnose to what extent 11th grade students at Liceo Cajigal have studied English by practicing with worksheets available online, and if they have used apps to acquire further knowledge of English taught in face-to-face classes. 2. After diagnosing, we shall identify the teaching content of flipped classroom approach that will foster 11th grade students' motivation and engagement for English as a foreign language at Liceo Cajigal. 3. Design a flipped classroom approach EFL course for 11th grade students at Liceo Cajigal. 4. Apply the flipped classroom approach EFL course to 11th grade students at Liceo Cajigal. 5. Evaluate the results of flipped classroom approach EFL course that was designed for 11th grade students at Liceo Cajigal. The theory that will be used in this research is constructivism, because with the online material that students are going to be studying individually, it will be interesting to see how they can construct new ideas in the classroom with the suggestions and discussions that will occur in the classroom with their classmates and the professor. Now, here are two studies about blended learning that are significant for this research. One of them was done in 2017, and the title is Blended Learning, a Student Perception of Face-to-Face and Online EFL Lessons, Indonesian Journal of Applied Linguistics. For this study, there were 112 Malaysian undergraduate students. The method was mixed research, and the results were that skillful implementations of online lessons can enhance EFL course, but should not underestimate the value of presential classes. So this work was quite interesting because it indicated that in spite of the fact that students can get their knowledge from online resources, it is still necessary the interaction within the classroom with the teacher and classmates. The next study that was very significant was done in 2022, and the title is The Effect of Blended Learning on EFL Students' Performance in Research Methodology and Practice of the 21st Century Skills. For this study, there were two groups of 25 students each. The method was a quasi-experimental design, and the results were that blended learning positively influenced students' performance. The present research is a mixed research method meaning that this is going to be combined by a qualitative research and a quantitative research. The investigation will be descriptive, the type is feasible. The participants that are going to form part of this study will be 11th grade students of Section D at Liceo Cajigal. The variables of the study are going to be motivation, engagement, age, language proficiency levels, the use of technology for learning English as a foreign language, and academic performance. The instruments that will be used to confirm and to investigate the differences of the study are survey, questionnaires, checklist. And the techniques that will be used are observation and interview. The procedures to be followed are, in first case, hand out surveys and questionnaires to answer the specific objective number 1, then analyze the results of the instruments to answer the specific objective number 2. Number 3, with the results of the specific objective number 2, it will be possible to design an effective EFL flipped classroom approach course to answer the specific objective number 3. After designing the EFL flipped classroom approach course, it shall be applied answering to the specific objective number 4. Finally, once applied the EFL flipped classroom approach course, it will be evaluated answering to specific objective number 5. So with these procedures, we will successfully fulfill and achieve the objectives of the study. The resources that are needed for this research are EFL online activities from trustworthy websites, online worksheets and games for English learning, online EFL reading material, online EFL quizzes, internet connection, classroom essentials like board, markers, papers, colors, pencils, recycled materials. And the scope of the study is to provide an opportunity for 11th grade students at Liceo Cajigal to study English by integrating online and traditional classroom practices proper of English as a foreign language. And the study will specifically focus on the results from evaluating the application of English as a foreign language flipped classroom approach course in terms of the variables to improve and further apply again. The limitations for this research are due to student afternoon jobs, no internet connection, bad internet connectivity, electricity blackouts. And this research will be scheduled in the following way. It will start during the second week of October 2024, and it will finish approximately the first week of December 2024. So therefore, we will be starting the research, or starting all, on Monday, October 14th, 2024, and we shall be finishing on December 6th of 2014 during the first school term 2024-2025. These are the references that were used. Thank you very much for watching.